Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Women's Basketball here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Happy New Year, by the way, as well, everybody. First couple days, in fact, of 2026 finds the Yellow Jacket women coming home today with our pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce to take on Lawrence University in non-conference action. This is Matt Johnson alongside my production teams both at 91.3 FM and Yellow Jacket TV, bringing you this home debut for the 2026 calendar year for the Yellow Jacket women as they take on a very, very stiff opponent here today in the Lawrence Vikings. UWS coming in here now at 3-9 overall under Evelyn Parsons in her first season, as head coach of the Yellow Jackets. UWS, though, coming off of a game on Wednesday that snapped a 5-game losing streak. They got a complete team performance in that game, defeating Carleton 70-38 right here in non-conference action at the Mertz Superior. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets jumped on the Knights early, limiting Carleton to 8 of 25 shooting in the opening 20 minutes on the way to taking a 33-18 advantage into the intermission. The Jackets opened that contest by holding the Knights to just 4 made field goals in the first 10 minutes on the way to taking a 13-9 edge after 1. In the second, UWS again limited the Knights' offense, outscoring Carleton 20-9. On the way to expanding their lead to 15 points by halftime. The Yellow Jackets then effectively sealed the victory with a big third quarter that saw the Yellow Jackets shoot 7 of 13 from the field as a team, while holding Carleton to just 3 of 14 accuracy in the frame, while outscoring the Knights 23-10, and therefore took a commanding 56-28 edge into the fourth quarter. From there, the Yellow Jackets expanded their lead to as many as 36 points in the fourth quarter on the way to picking up a season sweep of the Knights, following up on their 52-49 victory over the Knights in their second game of the season. That game took place back on November 8th in Northfield. So the Yellow Jackets with 2 wins against Carleton this season. For the game, UWS shot 41.5% as a team and had 3 players finish in double figures, led by Mackenzie Lesha, who netted 14 points while going 5 of 9 from the field and 4 of 7 from three-point range. Hope Carlson came off the bench for UWS with 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting, while Charlotte Purcell had her second straight double-double with 10 points and 13 rebounds while knocking down 5 of 12 from the field. All in all, the Yellow Jackets played all 15 players in that contest against the Knights and had 13 different players score as well. So it was a good all-around performance for the Yellow Jackets in that win last time out. The game, of course, played on New Year's Eve. Meanwhile, Lawrence comes in here. They haven't played since December 20th, so it's been an extended break for the Vikings, but they've had a heck of a start to the season. They're 9-2 on the campaign, 3-0 in the MWC under Riley Wolt, who is their head coach. He's in his 8th season, by the way, at the helm of the Lawrence program. They've lost their second game of the season, their last time out, falling to UW La Crosse 46-39. Again, that game was played on December 20th at Just a Game Fieldhouse down in Wisconsin Dells. In that contest, the Vikings struggled while being held to their lowest point total of the season. Lawrence got off to a good start in the contest against the Eagles, knocking down 6 of their first 15 shots in the opening 10 minutes to outscore the Eagles 13-11 in the first, but Lawrence's offense dried up in the second as La Crosse held the Vikings without a field goal in that second 10 minutes, outscoring them just 4-1 in the frame. Very low-scoring second quarter in that contest, but the Eagles, as a result of that 4-1 edge in the second quarter, took a slim 15-14 lead in the break. And then in the third, La Crosse outscored Lawrence 16-12 to expand their lead to 31-26 heading into the final 10 minutes. In the fourth quarter, the Vikings cut the deficit to 36-34 on an inside score by Olivia Kesty with 3:47 remaining on the clock, but La Crosse scored the next 7 points, culminated by Molly Janke's 2 free throws with 21 seconds left. That made it 43-34 and therefore effectively sealed the game for UW La Crosse. For the contest, Lawrence shot just 30.9% from the field and were led by Charlotte Brennan, who poured in a game-high 25 points on 11 of 17 shooting. So that's where the two teams stand here heading in this one. Yellow Jackets coming off of a win on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Lawrence beginning the second half of their campaign, playing their first game of 2026 here against the Yellow Jackets in non-conference action. Team stand here as we continue with our pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. We'll take a quick break and come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. That's coming up in about 2 minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Coach Evelyn Parsons. And Coach, welcome to 2026. Before we get into today's matchup and the last few games that you guys have played, I just curious as to how the holiday season went for you. I know you guys came off of a break. You had a tough tournament down in Oshkosh, but nice, a couple of weeks there where you guys got a chance to get a breather a little bit. How were your holidays?
Good, yeah, thank you. It's always nice to have a break to spend some time with family and friends, and I think it was good for the team too to have that time and come back refreshed. Like you said, we had some tough matchups in Oshkosh, but that was good for us, and I think it's going to put us in a good place going into this new year.
Talk about those two games down in Oshkosh. I mean, you're talking about two teams that are, Oshkosh, obviously top 5 team in the country, undefeated, and then playing a Ripon team that's really good, has been getting votes in the top 25. I mean, that was a heck of a way to come out of the break. How did your team kind of respond to that? Because it looked like everybody responded pretty darn well based on the game against Carleton the other day.
Yeah, I think it's always just having the right mindset going into those games, believing that we have an opportunity to compete with teams that are, in the top 25. It's definitely can be a challenge when you're playing a bunch of those teams right in a row. But I think for us, we kind of live by a motto of not taking a backseat to anybody. It doesn't matter who we're playing. And I think the first game we had in that tournament, we didn't come out as ready as we wanted to. Definitely had a better second half and just more fight, especially on the rebounding side. But I think going into Monday playing the number 3 team in the country, a team that should have been in the national championship game last year, I was really proud of the way we responded to that. We didn't have a great fourth quarter, but I think we really went into that game with a mindset of we're not going to let them push us around. And I think I've seen a lot of progress in our team just through the challenge of the schedule we've had. And so I think that showed when we stepped into the game against Carleton and were able to, show how much we've improved since the last time we played them early in the season.
Yeah, I agree because, like Carleton game, that first game, second game of the year, I mean, it's very early. There's a lot of new pieces, a lot of new pieces to the puzzle, new players in and out of the lineup. You end up beating them by 3 down there in the first matchup. This time you guys took command really early in the game, especially in the second and third quarters. And then in that fourth quarter, you got up by as many as 36, ended up winning it by 32. I mean, it does show the progression of your team. That was very impressive.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're definitely getting better on both ends. Just going back and watching the film from that first time we played them the second game of the year, we're a lot different as a team in a lot of aspects. And we're not perfect. There's a lot of things we're still growing in. But I think seeing the difference between that first game and the second game and just our approach to everything is cool to see that progress.
Must have been nice also to see Mackenzie Lesha get off a little bit. 14 points for her. She hit 4 threes in the ballgame. Must have made you feel good to see her get going a little bit offensively as well.
Yeah, for sure. And she definitely felt confident. I think the people that were at the game just fed off kind of the energy of our team, just seeing some of the shots go in. And happy for her. And I think our team really shared the ball well, too, had 21 assists in that game. And so just feeling a little bit more confident offensively, getting that rhythm going. So that was good to see.
It also seems like you're getting more balance as well. You've had a lot of players on the score sheet the last few games. Has that been kind of a point of emphasis for you guys lately?
I think just getting more ball movement, sharing the ball, and working through different actions, making the defense guard multiple screening actions at a time. Naturally, you're going to have the ball touch multiple people's hands. But I think just having a mindset also of a scorer's mentality and knowing when you get the ball, if you have an advantage, creating for yourself, for your teammates, I think having that confidence to know you can make a play is something that we've emphasized recently.
Now trading this game today against Lawrence. It doesn't get much easier. I mean, this is a team that's 9-2 on the season, coming off their second loss of the year. But they're 3-0 in the MWC, which is the league they play in. And they've done a nice job, haven't they? I mean, they've become quite a nice team.
Yes, their coach has done a great job, their coaching staff, and we've had the opportunity to compete against them in the past at Stevens Point, so I've seen them before. They're a talented team, and have some people coming back that I think are going to be big pieces for them. But going into this game, kind of same mentality. It doesn't matter what their record is or what our record is, just showing up and doing the best we can in each moment. That's kind of has to be the focus. But yeah, they're going to be pretty successful in their conference, so it's going to be another good challenge for us to see, where we're at before going into conference play.
All right, Coach. Well, welcome back. Welcome to 2026, and good luck today against the Vikings.
Thank you.
That was Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. I'll be right back with more Yellow Jacket women's basketball right after this on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Matt Johnson alongside Evan Ludwig and Chris Allen, who are my respective engineers. So this one back here at the Mertz, moments away from getting this one underway. Give you the quick starting lineups for the two teams, starting with the Yellow Jackets. They will start this way. Starting five for head coach Evelyn Parsons in her first season as Yellow Jacket head coach. They'll start in the backcourt. 5'7" junior from Stoughton, Wisconsin. Maddie Riak gets to start. She averages 4.8 points per game. Starting also for the Yellow Jackets at guard, 5'5" sophomore from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Megan Schaefer. She averages 9.2 points per outing. Starting at forward, 6'3" junior from Plain, Wisconsin, Charlotte Firstel. She averages 7.1 points per game on the season for UWS. Starting at guard, 5'7" senior from Somerset, Wisconsin, Mackenzie Lesha. She comes in the game today averaging an even 6 points per game. And rounding out the Yellow Jackets starting five, 5'4" senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, Elsa Olsen. She averages 6.7 points per game. So that's the starting five for the Yellow Jackets. The Vikings will come back with this starting five. Starting at guards, 5'5" senior from Mendota, Illinois, Josie Eager. She averages 5.5 points per outing. Starting at forward, 6' sophomore from Blaine, Minnesota, Olivia Kesty. She averages 6.4 points per outing. Starting at guard, 5'5" junior from Firestone, Colorado, Charlotte Brennan. She averages 12.5 points per game. Starting also at guard, 5'9" junior from Plymouth, Minnesota, Kate Adams. She averages 17.5 points per game. She's the leading scorer for Lawrence this season. And rounding out the Vikings starting five, 6' senior from Tinley Park, Illinois, Sophie Morey. She averages 11.9 points per outing. So those are your starting lineups for the two teams. A couple of series notes between these two sides, by the way. This is just the third all-time meeting between the two teams. The two teams split their first two matchups, with UWS taking the first meeting way back on November 21st of 2009, 66-58. That game was played down in Sheboygan. And their second matchup, the Vikings down the Yellow Jackets 63-45 in the game that was played at Alexander Gym down in Appleton on November 17th of 2023. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets were led by Elise Besson with 8 points, while the Vikings had three players scoring double figures, led by Maggie Culver and Mallory Meyer with 13 points each. Today marks the first time the two teams have ever met here in Superior, so this is a new experience for the Vikings as they drove up last night. Long road trip from Appleton. Two teams, by the way, out at center court. Yellow Jackets in their customary home gold jerseys. The Vikings in the traveling navy blue. The opening tip, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, is controlled by Lawrence, and we are officially underway in quarter number one. Thank you for joining us here, making this game part of your Saturday plans. Matt Johnson again bringing you all the play-by-play. First game of the calendar year for UWS. The new calendar year as the pass comes inside, spinning up and going up with the left-handed hook shot from point-blank range and scoring it with the left hand is Sophie Morey. And the Vikings take an early 2-0 lead. Here's Mackenzie Lesha for UWS, who had 14 points in the win against Carleton on New Year's Eve with a pass into the front court. Now Maddie Riot for UWS on the right-hand dribble. Now circles through, tries to kick it into the corner. Lesha back for Elsa Olsen. Olsen putting on the deck. Runner in the lane goes up, spins out, no good. Rebound cleared under there by Kate Adams. And back the other way now, long lead pass finds Morey behind the D, goes up, and she'll lay it in for two. Got behind Megan Schaefer. Did Morey. She's got the first four points of the ball game, and the Jackets down 4-0, 55 seconds into this opening quarter here from the Mertz. As Olsen into the front court now for UWS. Pass comes out on top. Here's Schaefer. Schaefer with the high post now for Charlotte Firstel. Firstel now. Lesha putting her ball on the deck. Now fires from three. That's long off the back rim. No good. Rebound bounds over to the corner. Schaefer trying to corral it, and then she fumbles it out of play, and it will be Lawrence basketball here with 8:47 remaining in the opening quarter. Talked about this Lawrence team. They average just under 70 points per ball game. They don't have a really deep rotation. Only play about 6 or 7 players on a typical game-by-game basis, but that could change here today. You never know. In the meantime, Josie Eager now on the outside for the Vikings. She'll give a pass out on top for Morey. Morey now giving it off. Here is Olivia Kesty. Kesty now getting stripped of the basketball, and it's picked up off the deck by Mackenzie Lesha. Jackets forcing the turnover, and into the front court now. Here comes Elsa Olsen. Now Maddie Riak getting a step on the baseline, goes all the way up, flips up a shot off the glass, no good, but she'll draw the foul. And I think it's going to be Charlotte Brennan coming down. It will be Charlotte Brennan wearing the orange shoes here today with the personal foul, and Maddie Riak to the free throw line here for UWS. Both teams good free throw shooting squads, by the way, as Riat right on cue. The announcer's jink causes her to miss the first free throw. Jackets shooting at 70.8%. The Vikings, meanwhile, 76.8%. Riot, meanwhile, for her part, a 90% free throw shooter coming in. But she misses two here. And it's still 4-0 in favor of the Vikings as they come into the front court. Pass comes to the right side. Now here's Kate Adams. Adams putting it on the deck. Now we'll kick it to the far side. On the wing, it's Brennan. Brennan going down the baseline. Now we'll kick it back to the corner. That one tipped out of play by Riyad. It'll stay with the Vikings here. And Hope Carlson and Kylie Hewitt going to check into the game here for the Jackets. They'll take out Firstel and Elsa Olsen. 13 seconds to shoot for the Vikings as Brennan will inbound right baseline. And the pass comes in now for Adams. Gives it out on top. Now here's Sophie Morey. They'll swing it back for Adams. Check it. It's Brennan. Now going into the corner. Stepping through is Eager. Into the corner. Olivia Kesty. 1 second to shoot. I'm not sure they're aware of it. They weren't. And the raindrop three-point shot, even though it's good, will be waved off. It's a shot clock violation. 2 straight turnovers the Jackets now have caused. Yet the score in this game, though, 2 minutes, 11 seconds into quarter number 1 as Lesha triggers it in now. Maddie Riyad will take over at point. Riyad with the pass right side now. Megan Schaefer. Schaefer now for Hope Carlson out on top of the key. Carlson putting it on the deck now. Picks up her dribble. Try to get it to Riyad. Now Lesha coming off the screen. Top of the key. Fires from 3 and knocks it down. Mackenzie Lesha, the senior from Somerset. 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. It's now 4-4 actually. And then the long lead pass into the front court. Over the top of Eager. It'll be another turnover. That's 3 in a row now for the Vikings. And we have a tie score at 3 apiece. Check at 4 apiece. As Riyad in the front court. Hands it off now. Here's Lesha right side. Now out on top. Here's Schaefer putting it on the deck, trying to spin. Her pass is behind everybody. Tracked down by Riyad near midcourt. Riyad now going right side. Picks up her dribble. Now pass for Lesha. She'll fire away from 3 again. This one's long off the back rim. No good. Rebound tipped out of play. And it'll last be touched by Kylie Hewitt. And it will be Lawrence basketball here as Olsen comes back in the contest. Looks like she's going to check out. Or they're going to change the call here, it looks like. Referee is overturning the initial call. Schaefer now is going to check out. Olsen came in. Jackets had 6 players on the court there for a second. But no damage done. Lesha will inbound. 20 seconds to shoot. Pass comes in now. Riyad. Pass to the outside. 3-point shots up from Elsa Olsen. That's over the top. Off the rim, no good. And then a foul by Riyad in the corner. Tried to go over the top of Brennan on the rebound. She'll be called for the over-the-back call. Both teams have 1 foul now. 6:51 remaining. Opening quarter. Jackets 4, Lawrence 4 as the Vikings in the front court. Here's Brennan. Left side now Kesty. Sophie Morey now putting it on the deck. Morey will kick it to the outside. 3-point shots up there from Adams. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Hewitt. And now Lesha into the front court finds Olsen. In the corner, Riyad puts it on the deck. Goes on the baseline, gets cut off. Double team, now kicks it back out on top. Here's Hope Carlson. Carlson for the Yellow Jackets, stepping through. Goes up with a left-handed shot. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound grabbed out there by Adams. And now the Vikings in transition back to their direction with Charlotte Brennan. Brennan going left side all the way to the rim. Flips up the shot. Rimmed out, no good, but will draw the foul on Lesha. And it'll be 2 free throws for Charlotte Brennan, the native of Firestone, Colorado. Brennan to the free throw line here with 6:09 remaining. Firestone, Colorado, by the way, the same hometown as former all-region women's soccer player here at UWS, Lindry Schendel. And she rattles in the first free throw. Again, Lawrence, a good free throw shooting team. Nearly 77% as a group, as the second free throw is also good. And the Vikings retake the lead at 6-4. Now it's Olsen. Her pass toward midcourt. Knocked away. Checking, by the way, Josie Chose for the first time. And now on the left side, Colleen Claude, who's also in for the first time for UWS. Here's Olsen. Picking up her dribble. Now bounce past Hewitt. Stepping through. Goes up with the left hand. Misses the bunny. Off the rim, no good. Rebound grab by Adams. And now into the front court. Pass coming down low. Brennan trying to find Kesty on the right side on the baseline, and Hope Carlson's going to be called for bumping her as she went to the right side block. There's 3 team fouls now on the Jackets. First called on Carlson as Firstel comes back in. She'll check out Kylie Hewitt, and it'll be an inbound now left baseline. Lobbed in now by Brennan, out on top. Kesty going down low. Chose goes right side. Now going to the rim, flipping up a shot with the left hand, getting it to rim out, no good. With Charlotte Brennan, and the Yellow Jackets down by 2 now, coming into the front court. Schaefer. Hope Carlson now trying to step through, and we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Chose, I think. Actually, they're going to call that one on Kylie Heller, who's in for the first time. On the reach-in, so it'll be an inbound now for the Yellow Jackets left side. Elsa Olsen in for Schaefer. Schaefer for UWS picks up her dribble. Now Elsa Olsen out on top, 15 seconds to shoot. And Olsen then zings the pass straight into the Lawrence bench. Lesha comes back into the ball game. She'll check out Hope Carlson. Kesty now will inbound it for Charlotte Brennan. The Vikings up by a pair. Brennan going left side now off the pass. Chose going high-low. Adams wide open underneath. Nice high-low pass that time. Chose on the assist. Adams the bucket. 8-4 now your score in favor of the Vikings. Lesha top of the key. Now goes left side off the pass. Here's Megan Schaefer now spinning through. Picking up her dribble. Now she's surrounded by 3 Vikings. Gets a pass to the corner for Lesha. Lesha with 10 seconds to shoot. Now Olsen, she'll pull from 18 feet. That one's short. Might have been an air ball. Rebound grabbed underneath by Chose. And Lawrence coming back to their direction, looking to build on a 4-point lead. Left side, inside out dribble by Charlotte Brennan. Pass to the right side, 3-point shots up, and that one is good. Kate Adams with the bomb from the far corner. And the Vikings off that 3 now lead at 11-4. Nice start to the ball game here for the Vikings. Good team. Jackets, though, just 1 for their first 8 in the ball game. Lawrence so far 4 for 6. Also rebounding the Yellow Jackets, 5-2 so far. They do have 3 turnovers. Jackets have just 1, but UWS not able to find the bottom of the net thus far here in this one. 4:14 remaining, quarter number 1. UWS has never led here in this opening 10 minutes. And Mackenzie Lesha will inbound here. Pass coming in now for Olsen. And she'll advance across the timeline. Pass comes right side for Riot, who's back in. Maddie Riot. Lesha firing away from 3 again, off the front rim. Jackets now miss 8 of their first 9. Rebound for Schaefer, and a foul going to be called on Heller. A 5'10 freshman from Boston, Wisconsin, gets whistled for that one. Eager's going to come back into the ball game. She'll take out Heller. And we'll have it inbound right baseline now. Riot will inbound for UWS, 20 seconds to shoot. Pass comes in now for Olsen. Schaefer on the wing, puts the ball on the deck. Now she'll step back. Now she'll fire from 3, and that one spins out as well. Rebound for Charlotte Furstel, though. Goes up and under and lays it in for 2. Charlotte Furstel with the offensive rebound in the board, in the bucket. 11-6 your score. Brennan into the front court. Pass comes right side looking for Adams, and it's knocked away by Schaefer. Jackets within 5 with 3:37 remaining. Opening quarter. And Adams will inbound right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench below my broadcast location here at the Mertz. Pass in now for Brennan. She'll step back. This ball back on the deck. Now steps through, goes all the way up. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Charlotte Furstel. Lesha now on the outlet. Here's Schaefer. Jackets coming in 3-on-3. Pass comes right side. Now here's Elsa Olsen, and she'll back it out and reset the offense here. Playing left side, runner in the lane. That's up off the glass, no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Brennan. Now the Vikings with numbers back in transition as they come into the front court. Brennan now out on top. Pass coming down low. Chose goes up with the shot. That's off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Riot. And Maddie Riot now in the front court for UWS. Gives it off now for Megan Schaefer on the right side wing. And we'll have a foul called now on Brennan. That will be the 4th team foul against the Vikings. That's her second. 3 new players in for UWS. Carlson, Hewitt, and also Kira Latvala in for the first time. Meanwhile, Kesty comes back into the ballgame. Maggie Jarzemski also in for the first time now for Lawrence. As off the inbound, here's Riot. At the elbow, head fake now Mackenzie Lesha trying to spin. Picks up her dribble. Now Hope Carlson putting on the deck. 10 seconds to shoot. Gets cut off. Now Lesha. Latvala now putting on the deck. Gets a step. Euro step through the middle. Flips up a shot off the glass. That's no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Sophie Morey, who's back in the contest. And now Lawrence into the front court with Adams. Left side now Eager. High post now Jarzemski. And they're going to call an offensive foul on her. And to set the screen now for Kesty, who came around the top of the key. So Jarzemski's foul. It's the 5th. And the Jackets now in the front court. Now here's Carlson inside going up with the shot. That out the window as well. No good. And a foul going to be called on Carlson. Going over the top of Morey, who cleared the rebound. Jackets have missed some in-close shots here so far in this quarter. Otherwise, they'd be right in this right now. As it is, it's an 11-6 lead here for the Vikings. 2:03 remaining, quarter number 1. Hewitt is back in now. Carlson's second personal sends her to the bench. And now off the curl cut, here's Adams going up with the flip shot with the right hand. That's off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out to Josie Eager. Now back inside, Kesty. Head fake. Adams. Jump shot now is up. Taken by Kesty, no good. Good position on the rebound. Cleared by Riot. Now she's into the front court. Maddie Riot for UWS. Lesha, Riot, kicks it outside. Head fake. Now Olsen, double team. Latvala, she'll fire away from 3 out on top, and she'll bank it in. Bank shots open there for Kira Latvala. Big smile on her face. And it's 11-9 now. Well, however they go in, they all count the same in the box score. Now Kesty. Pass coming to the right side. Here's Eager looking down low. Picks up her dribble, gives it out on top. Here's Kate Adams. Adams on crossing over, 10 seconds to shoot. Goes right to the rim and flips it up for 2. Leading scorer for the Vikings on the season now has 7 points. Came in averaging 17.5. And it's 13-9 as we're under a minute remaining, quarter number 1. Olsen in the front court for UWS. Right-hand dribble coming off the screen by Riot. Now she'll go with the runner off the glass, and that's good. Nice little controlled move there by the senior Elsa Olsen. And then a turnover here against the Vikings as the pass came inside, knocked away by Lesha. It should be Yellow Jacket basketball here. Mackenzie Lesha trying to pick off the inbounds off the bucket from Elsa Olsen, and now they're going to chat about it. They're going to call jump ball, and it will be a Yellow Jacket. They will give it to the Jackets here. Well, I got the call right, I guess. Guess they were indeterminate, so as to what it looked like it from up here, though. It should be Yellow Jacket basketball. 32.1 left in the quarter as Lesha triggers it in. Olsen. She'll fire from 20 feet off the back rim, no good. Purcell with the rebound, putting it on the deck. Double team, then she travels. So Lawrence now can get a shot at the final attempt of the quarter here with 23.4 remaining. Jacket's going to pick up full court with Megan Schaefer out on top. Now Adams coming back for the pass. Advances into the front court. Toward the baseline, here's Morey trying to come into the painted area. Goes up with a shot. That's off the mark. Good defense by Fursel. And then she grabs the rebound and then gets tied up by Jarzemski, and it'll stay with the Vikings here. They'll have 5.8 seconds with which to work. Eager's going to return here. She'll take out, it looks like, Adams. And looks like Josie Eager will trigger in now, left baseline. Pass comes in out on top. Jarzemski Kesty now outside. She'll fire from three-point range as the clock expires, and it's an air ball wide to the right. And the buzzer sounds, bringing the first quarter to an end. Your score after one quarter, Lawrence 13, Yellow Jackets 11. Bit of a slow start for the Yellow Jackets. They were down 11-4 when Coach Evelyn Parsons used a timeout. Her first of the ball game, but since then the Jackets have outscored the Vikings 7-2 and now trail only by 2 after 1. The Jackets still not really shooting the ball very well at 4 out of 17. Lawrence 5 for 12 thus far. The Vikings +2 in rebounding so far, although the Yellow Jackets have 3 offensive rebounds. Jackets with just 2 turnovers. That'll be a welcome sight for the Yellow Jackets as well. This is a team that's consistently averaged more than 20 turnovers per ball game. Jackets on pace to keep that below that number today. And they forced 5 so far. Meanwhile, individually, 3 points each so far for Lesha and Latvala. 2 points for Firstel. 2 points for Elsa Olsen and 1 for Maddie Riot, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Lawrence 7 points from Kate Adams, their leading scorer. No surprises there. She's 3 for 5 from the field thus far. 4 points so far for Sophie Morey and 2 more for Charlotte Brennan. That's all the scoring so far in the ball game to this point. By the way, if you can't get enough, the Yellow Jackets tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garber and myself. Throughout the years, we sit down with Yellow Jackets student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. As we get ready to start quarter number 2, the Yellow Jackets will be in possession of the basketball. And Maddie Riot will do the honors here for UWS. 10 minutes up on the clock. 13-11 your score in favor of the Vikings. And Riot's pass in now for Olsen. She'll hand it off. Riot right side. Now out on top is Colleen Cloud, who's starting the second quarter for the Jackets. Pass comes inside. Now Firstel goes up with a half hook off the glass. No good. Rebound batted out of play, and it will be Lawrence basketball. Jackets getting in deep again there, just not able to finish. And now more full court pressure from UWS as Brennan takes the inbounds. Crosses the timeline. Now goes left side. Kicks it to the corner. 3-point shots up there from Eager, and that's good. Josie Eager's 3 makes it now a 16-11 score in favor of the Vikings as Olsen in the front court. Here's Claude out on top now. Maddie Riot looking down low. Riot putting it on the deck. Jump stop. Passes it back out on top for Elsa Olsen. Olsen for the Jackets. Off the screen. Elbow jump shot. That's up. Off the front rim. That's no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Sophie Morey. Now in the front court here, Charlotte Brennan. Inside now, Olivia Kesty. Morey off in the corner. 3-point shot. That one's up. And that one is good. That one taken by Emma Moya. Back-to-back threes, and it's now an 8-point lead for the Vikings. This is their largest of the ball game thus far. Riot now top of the key, coming off the screen by Firstel. Coming down the lane. Now try to kick it to the right side. Schaefer. Claude. Olsen in the corner now. 10 seconds to shoot. Now Riot will fire from 3. That's no good. Another offensive rebound for Firstel, and she lays it in. Firstel now has 4 points, 19-11. Lead at half a dozen here for Lawrence as they come in the front court. This is Brennan on the left side. Kesty out on top. Picks up her dribble. Now through the middle. Here's Morey putting on the deck against Firstel. Goes up with the shot. Out the window, no good, but will draw the foul on Charlotte Firstel. And the junior from Plain, Wisconsin draws her first personal. First team foul on the Jackets here in quarter number 2. 4 new players in for the Jackets in Hewitt, Lesha, Carlson, who has 2 fouls, and also Kira Latvala. And in the meantime, it's Morey at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Her first free throw is up and no good. Sophie Morey so far, 80.5% from the stripe. Came in 13 out of 19 on the season. Second free throw, also no good. So she goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. Still 19-13 your score as Carlson in the front court. Well, now we'll go right side. Here's Latvala. Schaefer, bounce pass now. Here's Kylie Hewitt at the elbow. She'll hand it off now. Right side on the wing. It's Hope Carlson. Carlson, Latvala. Trying to go down low for Hewitt. That one knocked away by Kesty defensively. Turnover on the Jackets, back 2-on-1. The Vikings flipping up the shot, no good as Morey gets her own rebound, tried to go up again, and she'll draw the foul. If it's on Carlson, it'll be her third, but they're going to get it on Latvala instead. And right back to the free throw line to shoot two is going to be Sophie Morey. 7:41, separating us from halftime. By the way, our halftime programming today will be sponsored, as usual, by Hovland Incorporated. As Morey's first free throw is good. We'll have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. We'll also catch you up on all the goings-on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. Men's basketball in action last night, as was women's hockey. And we'll talk all about that at halftime as Morey goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, knocking down the second one. Now she'll check out. Josie Chose comes back into the ball game. The lead back up to 8 again at 21-13 here for the Vikings with 7:40 and counting remaining. Half number one. Mackenzie Lushin now playing point on this trip. Goes left side out the pass for Megan Schaefer. Latvala out on top. Puts the ball on the deck, lost the handle on it. Flipped up a shot anyway and drove the foul. Or draws the foul, excuse me. Josie Chose. It's kind of a weird-looking play, in fact. Latvala going to the right side, lost the dribble and just tried to flip it up, hoping for the foul call, and she got it. And Latvala's first free throw was good. Kira Latvala so far in the season, 3 for 5 from the free throw line coming in. Knocks that one down to make it 21-14. Second free throw also good. She's got 5 points, 21-15. Jackets within 6. Brennan in the front court. And left side now here's Kesty. Going right at Carlson on the 2 fouls. Shot out the window, no good. Rebound comes back for Hope Carlson, and now the Proctor native into the front court for UWS. Kicks it left side. Latvala putting the ball on the deck. Tried to bounce that pass, so I'm not sure who, and it gets knocked away, and it'll be a jump ball. And we'll go back over now to Lawrence. I think she was looking for Hewitt on the wraparound, but there were 3 Viking bodies in between Hewitt and Latvala trying to wrap around the pass. So off the turnover now, Lawrence into the front court. Adams back in now for the Vikings. Has it out on top. Eager going down low. Picked up by Kesty. Now Adams, that might have been tipped. Tried the 3-point shot. I think Lesha got a hand on it. Results in an air ball, and it's grabbed by Schaefer, who now brings UWS in the front court. Pass comes right side. Now here's Lesha. Lesha going right side. Now Carlson. Going down low, here's Hewitt. And a foul going to be called on Chose. That's 2 on her now. So that's 2 fouls on her. She'll check out. Morey comes back in. And we'll have a trigger in now, right baseline. Riot back in for UWS. Lobs it in now for Carlson. Hope Carlson now for the Yellow Jackets crossing over, and they're going to call her for a double dribble. Tried to change hands there. Ended up putting both hands on the basketball. She made the crossover move. Double dribble gives it back now to the Vikings as they come in the front court. Left side now Eager. Morey looking down low now for Adams. Puts the ball on the deck. Kicks it right side. Brennan will tee up a 3-point shot. That one's off the back rim. No good. Rebound grab by Morey. Backing down against Hewitt. Steps inside with the right hand. Goes up and lays it in for 2. 8 points now for Morey. And that, again, ups the lead to 8 at 23-15 in favor of Lawrence. Riot in the front court, now handing it off. Schaefer, a quick release on the 3-point shot. That's long off the back rim. Rebound for Riot. Riot coming inside against Brennan. Goes up, misses the follow-up, and then he's going to commit a foul. And kind of the story of the half here for the Yellow Jackets, really. With that miss, now Jackets 5 for 22 from the field in this half. Olsen comes back in. Claude back in as well for UWS. And a slow offensive game for the Jackets, shooting just 21.7% now. Eager in the front court. Pass comes out on top. Here's Kate Adams. Brennan Right baseline, Kesty kicks it for Eager. She'll fire away from 3, and that's good. And the lead now up to 11. Vikings have outscored the Yellow Jackets 13-4 in this quarter, and now have their largest lead of the ball game. Carlson in the front court. Now here's Claude. Olsen, Carlson, right side now, Riot. Bounce pass on the elbow. It's Kylie Hewitt putting on the deck. Going right at Kessie. Gets her shot blocked. And Kessie with the rebound. Outlet for Brennan in the front court. Now Morey getting behind everybody. Goes up and lays it in. And it's now 28-15. 15-4 run. A 30-second timeout. Actually, a full timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets, and they desperately need one. UWS now 5 for 24 from the field. Vikings at 42.9. They're 9 for 21. Jackets also being out-rebounded here. And now the Jackets with 5 turnovers. Vikings with 5 turnovers as well. But Lawrence has really put it on the Yellow Jackets so far here in this quarter. They're now 5 for 9 from the field in this frame, including 3 for 5 from three-point range. By contrast, the Jackets 1 for 7 so far. Have just the 1 field goal and 2 free throws to account so far for their scoring. By the way, Yellow Jacket fans, you can get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. So we'll see what kind of response the Yellow Jackets can put here. They just have not made enough shots. They've had some good inside looks. They've had open looks from beyond the arc and just have not been able to knock them down. Lawrence has, and therefore the Vikings up 28-15 here. Sometimes it is just that simple, and right now that's the situation the Yellow Jackets find themselves in. Just got to make some more shots. As Lesha out of the timeout, inbounds for Elsa Olsen. Now Megan Schaefer right side for UWS, looking down low for Firstel. Now out on top it's Colleen Claude. They'll swing it now for Olsen, left wing. Lesha looking down low, puts the ball on the deck. Now Claude. Colleen Claude for the Yellow Jackets. Olsen trying to pass it inside. I'm not sure. That was a very tight window to try to get that pass in. It was picked off by Morey. I'm not sure what Olsen saw there. But it's a turnover. Number 6 on the Jackets here in the half. And now Adams in the front court for the Vikings. Goes left side for Eager. Kesty goes up for the jump shot. Wide to the right. No good. Rebound off the miss. Cleared by Lesha. Mackenzie Lesha now with the Jackets 5-on-4 if they hurry. Claude in the corner now. Schaefer down low. Firstel goes up with the left hand at the block and scores it for 2. Firstel, who's had 2 straight double-doubles, now has 6 points to lead the Jackets. It's 28-17. Brennan in the front court now, puts the ball on the deck. Goes all the way to the rim, flips up a shot. That's off the glass, no good, but a foul going to be called on UWS. And we'll see who they got on that one. Going to get it on Firstel, so that's her second. Hewitt's going to come back in. Jarzemski comes back in, meanwhile, for Lawrence. Also Moya back in here for the Vikings. Meanwhile, Charlotte Brennan will shoot 2 free throws here. 3:42 remaining, half number 1. Jackets have never led in this ballgame. And the first free throw is good. 29-17 now in favor of the Vikings. Second free throw from Brennan, also good. She has 4. All 4 of her points coming from the stripe, and it's 30-17 now. Baker's dozen back to the lead here for the Vikings. Lesha, left side now. Olsen for the Jackets, kicks the pass to, I'm not sure who. That's about 5 feet over the top of Colleen Claude as it sailed into the Lawrence bench. It's a turnover on the Jackets. Riot comes back in. Olsen will check out. Jarzemski triggers it in, meanwhile, for Brennan. Go left side off the pass now, Kate Adams. Out on top now, Moya looking down low. Pass comes inside. Going up at the attempt is Jarzymski, and a foul going to be called on UWS right at the rim. It's going to be called on Riot this time. That's the 15th foul on UWS. 2 free throws coming up. As Maggie Jarzymski, the freshman from Gilbert's, Illinois, goes to the free throw line here. Her first free throw is good. 14-point lead now for the Vikings. Second free throw forthcoming here. And that one is also good. Lead now up to 15 at 32-17 in favor of the Vikings. Olsen in the front court now goes left side, Colleen Claude. Off the screen by Hewitt. Pass down low, Hewitt fumbled the pass momentarily, now picks it back up, and then she loses her footing and will be called for an offensive foul. That's her second. So turnover on the Jackets, and now Brennan in the front court. On the left side, Jarzymski. Now Morey going inside. Attempt by Adams, and another foul going to be called on UWS, this time on Lesha. And 2 more free throws here coming up. Actually, they're going to call it on Schaefer, it looks like, on the help side defense. Plenty of fouls here so far against UWS. UWS has now committed 10 fouls. Riyadh has 3, and there are 3 players with 2 fouls each as Adams knocks down the first free throw. She's now got 8 points in the ball game. 2 fouls for Firstel. 2 fouls for Hewitt, 2 for Carlson, and 1 each now on Latvala and Schaefer. As Adams makes both free throws, and now the Vikings doubling up the Jackets at 34-17 as Hope Carlson, one of those players with 2 fouls, comes back into the ball game. And Olsen in the front court now. 2:40 remaining, opening half. Jackets have some things to work out at the half, to say the least. Now here's a turnover by Olsen as her pass got knocked away, picked up by Moya. Kesty now. Out on top, Adams. Moya. Bounce pass now comes inside. Here's Morey. Fastball knocked up in the air, then out of play, and it'll stay here with Lawrence. Lafla's going to come back into the ball game. She'll check out Olsen. Vikings will inbound. Left side baseline, 11 seconds to shoot. 2:18 remaining in the half. Here's Moya left side. 5 seconds now to shoot. Out on top now, Morey. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. She's going to have to get it up. She does just as the shot clock expires. Off the glass with the miss. Rebound cleared by Carlson. Now Schaefer in the front court. Lapala out on top. Puts the ball on the deck. Bounce pass. Nice backdoor cut there by Schaefer, and she'll lay that one in. Great the pass there by Lapala, and then the steal by Lesha off the inbound. Back for Schaefer coming through. Had her shot blocked by Jarzymski, and now we'll have a tie-up on the rebound. The 224s, Morey and Carlson, coming together on the jump ball that will stay with the Yellow Jackets. It's the second time that Lesh has created a turnover off of an inbounds. Kind of a specialty of hers, Mackenzie Lesha. Also the starting center fielder on Melissa Fracker's softball team, Mackenzie Lesha. And an all-conference level center fielder for that matter. She gets a kick out of playing defense. She's talked about that in the past. She loves making diving catches in softball, and she likes getting steals in basketball. She's, like I said, one of the better defensive players in the UMAC in women's basketball. As the pass comes in, Schaefer will fire from 3. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound for Chose, who's back in there on the 2 fouls. And now it's Kesty into the front court. 34-19 your score. Vikings have led all the way. Led by as many as 17, the lead at 15 at the moment. Now here's Chose spinning, going up the shot. That one's off the front rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Carlson. Now Schaefer. Schaefer in the front court now, hands it off. Latvala, right side. Carlson, top of the key, 20 seconds to shoot. 1:05 remaining in the half. Pass comes left side, Latvala. She'll tee up a three and knock it down. Kira Latvala having a nice ball game for UWS. She's got 8 points to lead the Yellow Jackets off the bench. And we're under a minute at 34-22. Now Lesha with the steal. Coming in on a breakaway. Mackenzie Lesha lays it in with the left hand. 34-24. So UWS has run off the last 7. Now they're trailed by 10. As we go under 40 ticks of the clock remaining first half. Now here's another steal, this time by Hope Carlson, who stripped it away from Kesty. She comes in on the break and lays it in for 2. 9 straight now for the Jackets, and they're only down now by 8 points at 34-26. Adams now in the front court. Shot clock off. The Vikings completely for 1. Adams going left side now. Bounce pass now. Here's Kesty against Carlson coming inside, trying to spin. Double team comes. High arcing three-point shot from Adams is good. Wow, nice release. She's got 12, and that's how the first half will end. So a flurry of activity in the last 2 minutes. Actually, the last minute, really. But the Jackets still have some work to do as we head into the intermission off the three-point make by Adams. The lead for the Vikings back into double figures. Your score at intermission, Lawrence 37, Yellow Jackets 26. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as we jump into our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Your score at the intermission, Lawrence 37, Yellow Jackets 26. It was a struggle for most of the half of the Yellow Jackets offensively. Came alive a little bit there in the last minute of that opening half. Then that long three-point bomb from Kate Adams just as time expired. Up the lead from 8 to 11, and that's where we stand at the half as we jump into our first half summary. Lawrence 37, Yellow Jackets 26. In that first half, UWS 10 out of 31 from the field. 32.3% their shooting percentage. Also 3 for 12 from beyond the arc are the Yellow Jackets. 3 for 4 from the stripe. Need to get to the stripe a little bit more than that if they're going to come back in this one. Jackets also with 17 rebounds in that half. Ball handling wasn't too bad for the Jackets. They did have 9 turnovers. Almost all those in the second quarter. They only had 2 at the end of the first quarter. Meanwhile, in terms of assists, the Yellow Jackets so far to this point have 5 assists. Offensively, individually, the Yellow Jackets being led by Kira Latvala off the bench. Latvala so far 8 points in 6 minutes. She's got 2 3-point makes and a couple of free throws in there, so she's having a nice ball game. Also had 1 really pretty assist in that opening 20 minutes, so she's having a nice game. Charlotte Fursel with 6 points on 3 for 4 shooting. 5 points for Mackenzie Lusha thus far. 2 points each so far for Elsa Olsen, Megan Schaefer, and Hope Carlson. 1 point so far for Maddie Riad. She's 1 for 2 from the stripe, although she does have 3 rebounds in that opening half. Lawrence being led. They have 2 players with a combined 22 of their 37 points. No surprise, Kate Adams came in averaging 17.5 per game. She's on pace for more than that. She's got 12 at the break. 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 2 from the stripe. She's a very good-looking ball player for the Vikings. Meanwhile, Sophie Morey, 10 points on 4 for 7 shooting. She's got a game-high 6 rebounds so far as well, so she's on pace for a double-double. 6 points so far for Josie Eager as well. She's made a couple of threes. 4 from Charlotte Brennan so far, 3 from Emma Moya, and 2 points so far from Maggie Jarzemski on a couple of free throws. The Vikings in that first half, 11 out of 26 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3, and 10 for 12 from the stripe. So 42.3% overall from the field, 55.6% from beyond the arc, and 83% from the stripe. That'll get it done. 16 rebounds as well for the Vikings, 10 assists against 8 turnovers. Big story, though, going in the second half. A lot of foul trouble both ways. Yellow Jackets got called for 11 personals in the opening half. Lawrence, meanwhile, got called for 7. UWS has 1 player with 3 fouls already, and Maddie Riat, 2 fouls each so far for Firstel and Hewitt to go along with Hope Carlson, while Schaefer and Lafayette have 1 personal foul each. Meanwhile, for Lawrence, they have 3 players with 2 fouls each, and Brennan, Heller, and Josie Chose after 20 minutes. So that's your story halfway home on this one. Your score at the break, Lawrence 37, Yellow Jackets 26. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more of our halftime programming, including a look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. That's coming up in a minute or two, so stick around. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Mertz as halftime continues. Your score Lawrence 37, Yellow Jackets 26. We'll jump into our Yellow Jacket sports summary now. We have about 6.5 minutes before we begin the third quarter of this one. Men's basketball now have won 2 in a row as we jump into the summary. They're now sitting at 4-9 overall. They won their second straight last night in non-conference action, going down to St. Paul to defeat McAllister 78-73 at the Leonard Center down in St. Paul. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets shot 40.8% as a team and got points from 10 different players on the way to picking up the victory. Individually, the Yellow Jackets were led by Evan Bennett, the Superior native, with 19 points on 7 of 18 shooting. Landon Tomer, meanwhile, added his third straight double-double with 17 points and the team-leading 12 rebounds, while going 7 of 12 from the field. The Jackets will next be in action this coming Wednesday, the 7th, as they kick off UMAC conference action here to begin the early portion of 2026, taking on North Central, preseason pick to win the UMAC this season. In the coaches' poll, once upon a time, back in November. 7:15, the opening tip down at Clark Danielson Gymnasium. They'll next be at home on Saturday, January 10th, so a week from today, taking on Bethany Lutheran, another conference power. At 4:45 p.m., 4:30 the pregame with yours truly here on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV. That'll be game 2, a doubleheader, as the women will lead things off that day, taking on the Vikings at 3 o'clock. Women's hockey now 1-10-1 overall. They snapped a 7-game losing streak last night with a 2-2 overtime tie with St. Benedict down at Westman Arena down the street. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from Ashton Parnell and Taylor Marks, while the Bennies held a 35-25 edge in shots on goal for the contest. Aaliyah Grishus made her college debut for the Yellow Jackets and picked up 33 saves in the contest. Played pretty well, in my opinion. In fact, she was the number 1 star for that contest. The Yellow Jackets back in action today, taking on St. Benedict in a second of the home-and-home with the Bennies. 5 p.m. the opening face-off down in the St. Joseph, St. Cloud area in central Minnesota. They'll next be at home this coming Tuesday, January 6th, taking on Concordia Moorhead for the 3rd time this season against the Cobbers. 4 p.m. the opening face-off, 3:45 the pregame down at Westman Arena. That'll be an audio stream on 91.3 FM KUWS only to go along with Yellow Jacket TV. So that'll be on Yellow Jacket TV as usual, but as far as the radio side of things, only the stream on 91.3 FM KUWS on Tuesday, so make note of that, please. Men's hockey at now 7-5-1 overall, 3-3 in the WIAC. Won their last 2 games, include the first half of the year, including posting a 6-3 win over Beloit in Game 2 of their WIAC Conference Series back on December 13th at Woodman Center in Janesville. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got 2 goals, in fact, from Colin Pedersen and additional tallies from Justin Dauphiné, Carson Riddle, A.J. Reed, and Austin Paul. For the game, UWS held a 45-19 edge in shots on goal, while Kobe Grant and Jack Boschert split time in goal to combine for 16 saves. They'll kick off the second half of their campaign this coming Wednesday, the 7th, taking on Beloit for the 3rd straight time. 7 p.m., the opening faceoff, 6:30 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And last but not least, men's and women's indoor track and field last competed at the CSS Early Bird, hosted by St. Scholastica across the bridge at Burns Wellness Commons in Duluth. If you want full results on that meet, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. They'll next be in action on Saturday, January 17th, so in 2 weeks, when both teams host the Twin Ports Open across the hall over at Lydia Fearing Fieldhouse. And for full results and information on that event, you can check out, again, uwsyellowjackets.com. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary here as halftime about to come to a conclusion here between the Yellow Jackets and Lawrence. We'll take one more quick break and then come back with the start of the third quarter of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings. That's coming up in a couple of minutes. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz, getting ready for the start of the third quarter of this contest. Matt Johnson, Evan Ludwig, my engineer with Yellow Jacket TV, and Chris Allen back at the studios at 91.3 FM. Thank you for making us part of your Saturday. Yellow Jackets in Lawrence here, kicking off the 2026 calendar year. First game of 2026 here for the Yellow Jacket women, and they've got some work to do as we get ready to start this third quarter. 37-26, Lawrence in the lead. This is a good Lawrence squad. We talked about that coming in. 9-2 on the season. 3-0 in the Midwest Conference. Expected to compete, if not win, that conference title this year. And they showed why in that first half. Good team. Yellow Jackets struggled a bit offensively in that first half. Not as many turnovers as usual, but just not making enough shots either. We'll see if they can come back. And a quick reminder, by the way, our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket women's basketball a week from today, the 10th, as the Jackets take on Bethany Lutheran for their first home conference game of 2026. 3 p.m. the opening tip, 2:45 the pregame. Joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS. And also on Yellow Jacket TV, as right off the bat, the Vikings going inside for Sophie Morey. She turns and spins with the left hand and hits a half hook in the paired area. She now has 12 points with that make, and it's now 39-26, 13-point lead for the Vikings as the Jackets into the front court for the first time here in half number 2. Nice pass from Lesha inside. Maddie Riad turns, goes up, and kisses it off the window for 2. Riad gets her first bucket of the ball game. So both teams scoring on their first possession here in the third quarter. And the Vikings now into the front court on the right side. Here is Olivia Kesty. 3-point shots up now from Adams. That one spins out, no good. Rebound batted up in the air, clean by Mackenzie Lesha for the Yellow Jackets. And Lesha into the front court. Pass comes left side. Here's Riat now going to the basket, flipping up a shot. Missed it out the front rim. I think there's going to be a call on the floor there. And the foul. And put it up on the board as of yet. And they're going to call it on Adams, so that'll be her first. 23 seconds to shoot as Lesha will inbound left side. Kicks it in now for Firstland. Now back outside. Lesha's threes out the front rim, no good. Rebound for Adams. And the outlet now in the front court. Here's Charlotte Brennan. In the corner now, Eager. She'll fire from 3. That one's off the back rim, no good. Rebound claimed by Lesha. Lost the handle on it momentarily. Now picks it back up. And will advance into the front court with a pass for Elsa Olsen. Out on top now, Lesha. Firstl, high post now near the free throw line. Schaefer thought about taking the 3. Instead, she steps inside the arc. Now Olsen coming off the screen. Also Olsen. Schaefer playing the ball on the deck. 5 seconds to shoot. Jackets are going to have to hurry. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Schaefer now all the way to the rim. Flips up a shot off the glass. No good. Just missed the bunny as she came inside. Off the miss, now back to the direction. Here's Brennan going inside. Nice pass to the opposite block and laying it in for 2 is going to be Sophie Morey. That's just good basketball by the Vikings. Brennan going to the left, feeding it to the opposite block, and the easy lay-in for Morey. She now has a game-high 14, and the lead is now 41-28 for Lawrence. Riat outside now. Here's an elbow jumper from Firstl. That's off the front rim, no good. Rebound claimed now by Kesty. Here's Brennan into the front court. Out on top now. Here's Kesty again, going right side out the pass. Here's Adams. Adams now. Pass left side. Kesty keeping it in. Now high post. Here's Morey. Back outside. Brennan now stepping inside. Goes to the rim. Flips it up with the right hand and lays it in for 2. And we have a timeout on the floor as it looks like Megan Schaefer took a, I'm not sure, maybe a whack to the face there. She's now sitting up and holding her nose. Looks like she's going to walk off here under her own power. I was wondering if it was a knee injury at first, the way she was bent over, but it looks like she took it right across the face. Maybe the nose. Brennan's bucket, by the way, makes it 43-28. Vikings have led by as many as 17 here, and now the officials are going to talk this over, and I think they're going to maybe consult replay here to see if it's a flagrant. I'm not sure, and the conversation is ongoing right now. Riley Wolf, the head coach of Lawrence, talking with the officials below us to the left. He's in his 8th season. He's done a nice job of building the Lawrence program. And the conversation, like I said, is ongoing here. 7:28 remaining third quarter. And expectations, again, high for Lawrence. They had a good team last year, and they returned most of their players. And now they're going to take a look at this to see if there's anything flagrant that happened there. I kind of hesitate to think so, but it is an NCAA rule that anything near the head area, I have to evaluate whether it's a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2 or just even a no call here or an incidental contact. I don't know. So that's what the officials are going to review here quickly. In the meantime, Maury now 14 points to lead all scores. Adams has 12. Vikings now at 45.2%. And just a very steady basketball team for Lawrence. Jackets so far. Interestingly, all 3 of the Yellow Jackets' victories this season have come against MIAC opponents. 2 of them against Carleton and 1 against McAllister. But if you look at what Lawrence has done this year, their only other loss besides the lacrosse loss last time out was a 17-point loss against Stevens Point, a team the Yellow Jackets saw quite recently. But other than that, they have been on a roll so far this season. They averaged outscoring their opponents by nearly 17 points per game. In fact, it's exactly 17 per game. Good rebounding team. Shoot free throws really well at 76.8%. 3 players averaging double figures with Adams, Brennan, and Maury. I mean, it's just a very, very solid squad the Vikings have this season, and certainly I'm taking it to the Jackets a bit here. The Jackets trying to, again, get themselves a little momentum heading in the conference season. They'll open up against North Central this coming Wednesday before coming home to take on Bethany Lutheran a week from today. And the conversation is still ongoing below us. And the official is going to take a good, quick, not quick necessarily, but a good look at this one just to make sure. And they know what they're looking at. Brand new replay system, by the way, here that was just installed within the last couple of weeks. It's one of the better ones I've seen, actually. They can get multiple angles on this, which is probably why they're looking so quickly at this. Don't want the replay to take too long. But they're still looking, and they're going to make a determination here, it appears. But yeah, there are multiple camera angles now available because of the new replay system. The Yellow Jackets kind of the guinea pig for this, apparently, in the conference. And now the officials are going to decide what they want to do. In the meantime, by the way, folks, if you haven't signed up for Swarm Central, you probably should. The official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets. Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. As we come out of the timeout, and I guess we're going to get the word here from our public address, Nick Plant, as to what the officials have decided on that. Megan Schaefer looks none the worse for wear, by the way. She's down there right now, and she's been subbed out of the game. Kylie Hewitt's come back in. Kara Latvala, who had a really good first half of the Jackets, is also back in. Hope Carlson also in. And it is a standard no call after all that. So kind of what I figured it would be, but want to make sure. As we get back to live action now, Carlson triggering in for Lesha. Jackets coming in the front court, down by 15. Riat going right side. Now here's Latvala looking down low. Now she skips a pass for Riat on the baseline. Riat double teamed on the baseline. Nice pass for Latvala coming down the middle. Puts up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound, however. Now looking down low and said she'll skip it for Riat left side. Riat now steps back, and they're going to call her for a travel. And the basketball will go back over now to the Vikings. 6:59 remaining, third quarter. Kesty triggering it in now. Brennan into the front court. Pass comes right side now for Morey against Hewitt on the right side block. Now spins to her right hand, goes up right to the glass and lays it in for two more. Morey now has a game-high 16. The lead is 17. This match is the largest of the ball game here for the Vikings. 45-28. Lapula now top of the key. Bounce pass now Hewitt left side. Backdoor cut by Riot. Spins on the right hand, goes up and lays it in for two. Maddie Riot, the transfer from UMD, has 5 points in the game, 45-30. Charlotte Brennan now for the Vikings. Kicks it left side. Kesty shoveling it off. Here's Morey again, now in the corner. 3-point shots up from Brennan, and it's good. Brennan's three makes it 48-30. New largest lead of the game here for the Vikings at 18. Lesha in the front court, out on top now Latvala. Hewitt now at the elbow. Out on top Carlson. She'll try to answer with a three of her own. Short off the front rim, no good. Rebound for Charlotte Brennan of Lawrence. And the Vikings into the front court. Kicks a corner now. Eager, she'll fire from three. Right wing, that's off the mark, no good. Rebound grab by Carlson. Hope Carlson, who's had a quiet game for the Jackets, in the front court and flips a pass to nobody. Hewitt ducked out of the way of the pass and it went out of play for a turnover. Had a few of those. I don't think Hewitt expected it, and actually she ducked out of the way of it as it went past her head. Off the turnover, basketball now back to the Vikings. Brennan getting around Schaefer, who's back in, goes to the cup, lays it in with the left hand, draws the foul on Schaefer, and it's now a 20-point lead here for the Vikings at 50-30 with 5:21 remaining, third quarter. Fursel will come back in. She'll take out Hewitt. And Brennan looking to complete a three-point play here. And she does so. 51-30 now. 14-4 the start to the quarter now for the Vikings in their favor. And now a turnover as Elsa Olsen travels. Tried to get a pass to the right side for Carlson. Kessie now triggering in here for Brennan. Vikings, meanwhile, have brought Kylie Heller back in the game. She fires from three, and she'll knock one down. And now the game has gotten away from the Jackets. 54-30. Now 17-4 here in the third in favor of Lawrence. Lafla getting around Heller. Goes to the line. Flips up a shot off the glass. No good. As she came down the right side of the lane. For Heller, that'll be her third personal. Will send Lafla to the free throw line. Riad will come back in. She'll take out Carlson. Vera Lafla's first free throw. Spins out, no good. One more coming. And Lavla goes 0 for 2. It's out the front iron, but tipped out of play by Chose, who's back in. Jackets will have it in play now with 4:44 remaining. UWS up to 12 turnovers now. Lawrence at 8. Lesha looking to inbound. Flips it in now for Fursel, now back for Lesha. Lesha nearly traveled, now kicks it to the left side. Here's Schaefer. Fursel out on top. Lesha will fire away from three. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Brennan, and now Brennan leads the Vikings into the front court. Brennan now getting a step. Nice kick to the opposite side. Chose goes up and lays it in, and now it's a 26-point lead. A couple times they've made that play. That's just good basketball again, forcing the defense to commit, going to the opposite side. Chose's field goal makes it 56-30. Now Riot putting on the deck now. Here's Schaefer. Now Riot, and we're going to have a foul called, I think, on Heller. That'll be her fourth, I believe. Yeah, it's her fourth personal, so she'll have to check out. Meanwhile, Jarzemski comes back in now, as does Moya here for Lawrence. Carlson and Colleen Clod back in for UWS. It'll be a trigger in now, right baseline. Lesha for Schaefer. Handing it off now, Lesha. Stepping through and going to call a foul on the floor. I think that'll be the fourth, actually, here on Lawrence in the quarter. That'll be on Charlotte Brennan. That'll be her third. And the Jackets will inbound now left baseline. Here's Mackenzie Lesha. Triggering it in now for Schaefer. Schaefer, her pass down low. That one nearly got turned over. Now picked back up by Schaefer. Pass for Hope Carlson was knocked away, but she picked it back up. Now the pass comes right side this time for Colleen Clod. And we're going to have an offensive foul called on Carlson down low. Illegal screen against Hope Carlson. Gives the basketball back to the Vikings. That's turnover number 13 now for UWS. 1-3-1 trap by the Yellow Jackets. Broken. Moya wide open. Will fire from three. That's an air ball. And then it's knocked out of play off of Clod. Adams also back in the ball game now for the Vikings. Brennan will inbound it. And now we're going to have an offensive foul called this time on the Vikings. It's going to be 23 Moya now getting the call. And a timeout going to be called here. The pace here in this third quarter has been very slow. And it has been a tough quarter for the Yellow Jackets, to say the least. UWS so far 2 for 8. Lawrence, meanwhile, 8 for 12 now in the frame. Outscoring the Jackets 19-4. They're now shooting an even 50% for the game. UWS at 30.8%. Both teams with 21 rebounds in the ball game. Three players in double figures now for the Vikings. 16 for Morey, 12 for Adams, and 12 for Brennan so far here. As we come out of the timeout, Lesha will inbound now. Here's Maddie Riot back in. Now for Schaefer. Carlson. Kicks it right side. Coming in the painted area now off the dribble was Riot. Now trying to get it down low, looking for Clod, and it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets here. They'll have 11 seconds to shoot. 3:09 remaining, third quarter. Lawrence in full command, leading at 56-30. Lesha inbounding it now, Carlson. Now Riot, she'll fire from three right side. Halfway down, popped out. No good. Rebound cleared by Jarzemski, and back the other direction now come the Vikings. Here's Brennan. Pass down low. Picked off. Well read that time by Lesha defensively. And Mackenzie Lesha brings the Jackets in the front court. Wide open is Schaefer out right side baseline. Her jump shot is up and good. Megan Schaefer for the Yellow Jackets has 4 points. 56-32 now. Moya against the trap. Now kicks it out on top for Brennan. 2.5 remaining, third quarter. Brennan going right side, Moya. Bounce pass now for Chose. Right side block against Carlson. Half hook off the back rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Schaefer. And Megan Schaefer for the Jackets. Now goes left side off the pass. Maddie Riot. Claude Now Schaefer putting it on the deck. Goes toward the baseline. Gets cut off by Brennan. Now Riot, right side lane. Goes all the way through. Flips up a shot. No good. No call either. The Yellow Jacket bench thought there might have been a foul opportunity there. None forthcoming. Rebound grab by Jarzemski. And now it's Brennan. Coming down low in the painted area. Flips up a shot and gets it to go down for two. Just spun around Lesha. Crawled her over the front of the rim for two more. She's got 14 and lead back up to 26 at 58-32. Lesha going right side now. Here's Colleen Clod for the Yellow Jackets looking down low as she picks up her dribble. Now she'll swing it left side. Here's Megan Schaefer. 10 seconds to shoot as we got 83 seconds remaining, third quarter. Here's Carlson now going right side. Down the lane to the right side. Flips up a shot off the glass and kisses it down for 2 points. Well, Carlson has 4. 58-34 here. 1:05 and counting remaining, third quarter. Now Brennan flipping a pass right side for Chose, and we're going to have a foul called on the Jackets. It's going to be on Hope Carlson. Brennan reading that play very well. She's been able to get into the lane here in the second half so far, especially this third quarter, of course. Coming down the middle and shoveling it to that right side, the opposite block. It's worked several times, and it worked there as well. Drew the foul. For Carlson, by the way, that's her 4th. Hewitt comes in to replace her, and Chose is at the free throw line to shoot 2. And her first one is good. 1:03 remaining here, third quarter, 59-34 your score. Chose has one more. Second one long off the back rim. Offensive rebound grabbed underneath by Jarzemski, however. Went between 3 Yellow Jackets to get it. Now kicks it out. Moya fires from 3. That's off the front rim. And this time the rebound cleared by Lesha. And Mackenzie Lesha into the front court. Latvala now on the left wing. Bounce pass. Lesha right side. Lesha, Latvala, right side. She lines up a 3. That one's off the front rim. No good. Rebound. Jarzemski grabs it. Bounces it. Picked off by Schaefer. Then her shot got blocked by Chose. Rebound falls into the lap of Eager. And then a foul going to be called on Schaefer, I think. And actually, they're going to call it on Hewitt. My mistake. Her third. 4th team foul on the Jackets. And the Vikings can all but play for one here. There's a 3.4 second difference between shot and game clock here in the third. Morey back in, by the way. Now kicks a pass left side. Bailey Griffiths is in for the first time now for Lawrence. And looks like Eager is going to pull it out a little bit here, and they are going to run clock. And now a foul going to be called by Latvala as she reached in. I'm not quite sure the reason for that. And that's the 15th foul now on the Yellow Jackets. So into the bonus are the Vikings, and that'll send Josie Eager to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and spins out, no good. Second foul, by the way, on Latvala. 15.7 seconds left here, third quarter. Second one is up. That one's short, no good. Rebound cleared by Hewitt. And now Schaefer into the front court. 5 seconds remaining, third quarter. Now Hewitt coming down the middle. Flips up a shot with the right hand. Misses the layup. Rebound grabbed out of there now by Moya. And that's how the third quarter will end as the buzzer sounds. Well, that quarter was all Lawrence. 22-8, the margin for the Vikings in that frame. In that third quarter, the Vikings 9 for 15, shooting 60%. Hit a couple of threes as well, went 2 for 3 from the stripe. Conversely, the Yellow Jackets 4 for 14. UWS now for the game, 14 out of 45. 31.1%. Lawrence, meanwhile, 20 out of 41. And the Vikings came into the game with 3 players averaging double figures. They've got 3 players in double figures as we get set to begin this fourth quarter. Morey was 16 on 7 for 10 shooting, 14 so far for Brennan. She had a really good third quarter, did Charlotte Brennan. She's got 7 assists, by the way, against 2 turnovers here so far, so she's playing a nice ball game in 23 minutes. You know, Kate Adams, Still on 12 points. Didn't score in that third quarter. Came in averaging 17.5. Next highest score for the Vikings is Eager with 6. Jackets still don't have anybody in double figures. Lapala still leading the way with 8 points. 6 for Firstall. 5 for Lesha. 5 for Riot. 4 for Schaefer. 4 for Carlson. And 2 so far for Olsen. As we begin the fourth quarter, Carlson on the 4 fouls triggers it in for Elsa Olsen. Olsen going right side now, Latvala. Maddie Riat now top of the key. Puts the ball on the deck, now picks up her dribble. Kicks it right side, Latvala. Trying to step through, Latvala flips up a shot. Off the window, no good, but she'll draw the foul, and Kira Latvala will go to the free throw line now to shoot 2. That foul on Adams. That's her second. 9:43 remaining. Fourth quarter, 25 points the lead now for the Vikings. And it stays that way as Latvala goes long with the free throw. Jackets now 3 for 7 from the stripe in the ball game. There's nothing coming easy for UWS today as Latvala knocks down the second one. She's got 9 points lead UWS. 59-35, 9:40 and counting remaining, fourth quarter. Adams open in the corner. She'll fire from 3. Back rim and out. No good. Rebound cleared by Elsa Olsen for UWS. And Olsen into the front court now. Carlson putting on the deck. Now trying to step through. Lost the handle on it and fumbles it out of play. Turnover on the Jackets. That's their 14th of the ball game. Cassidy triggering in now for Brennan. Now they find Adams in the corner. And Brennan now out on top. Now 3-point shots up from the left side. That taken by Griffiths. No good. Rebound for the Jackets. Now Carlson in the front court. Handing it off, Elsa Olsen. Carlson. Firstall back in there. Pass comes inside for her, and she spins away from the defense there of Sophie Mori. Goes to the glass and lays it in for 2. Charlotte Firstall has 8 points. 59-37. Adams into the front court. Now a timeout going to be called here by the Vikings. In for Brennan. Back for Adams. Jackets down to 2-3 look, and now we're going to have a foul called on Riot. Griffiths standing on the outside, beyond the arc, just stepped inside, and Riot caught her with the body. For Maddie Riot, that'll be her 4th personal. Brennan now will inbound. Adams in the corner now against Firstall. She'll step back, fires from 3, and it's good. She's got a really pretty release. We talked about that in the first half. Adams' 3 makes it a 62-37 score. She's got 15 in the game. And now Olsen in the front court. Out on top now Latvala. Here's Firstall. Right side Riot. She'll try to answer with a 3 of her own. Long off the back rim, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. We'll have a jump ball call. Carlson and Maury getting tied up. And it'll go over to the Vikings here as Latvala comes back in. Or to check it. She checks out. Lesha's back in. Full court pressure broken here. Adams coming all the way in. Goes up with the reverse with the right hand. Left it off the glass. No good. Rebound for Hope Carlson. And now Riot in the front court. Olsen. Lesha right side. Carlson out on top. 10 seconds to shoot. Inside out dribble. Now for Olsen left side. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Olsen has to shoot it. As the shot clock was about to expire. Off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Kesty. Now Brennan in the front court. Pass comes right side now. Griffiths. Out on top. Adams. Free throw line extended. Maury. Now Griffiths is open. She'll fire from 3 again. That one off the front rim. No good. Rebound cleared by Riot. Riot shoveling it off now. Olsen. Now Lesha. Backdoor cut now from Riot. Pass from Firstel. Riot trying to go back down low for Firstel. That one knocked away. Turnover Jackets. Griffiths in the front court now for Lawrence. Brennan top of the key. Morey, free throw line extended, putting it on the deck. Kicks it outside. Adams, another three-point shot is up, and that one's off, but we're going to have a foul called on Riot. And that'll do it for Maddie Riot for the afternoon here. That's her fifth. And UWS going to bring in 4 new players. Abby Johnson from nearby Northwestern High School in for the first time. Schaefer back in. Collard back in, as is Latvala. Meantime, Olsen, Riot, who's fouled out. Carlson and First will check out. And the first free throw from Adams is good. She's got 16 now. And the deficit is 26. Make it 27 as she knocks down the second free throw. And the third free throw also good. She's up to 18 points now. So right around her average of 17 and a half. 65-37. Lesha in the front court. Lafla right side. She'll fire from 3. That one's off the rim, no good. Weak side rebound grabbed on the offensive end for UWS's Mackenzie Lesha. Now she flips a pass off for Schaefer. Claude. Latvala. Now 5 seconds to shoot. Schaefer from the painted area flips up a shot. That's an air ball short, and it'll go out of play and back over to the Vikings. UWS here so far in the second half. 10 for 29 from the field. Vikings, meanwhile, 10 for 20. Now the pass comes inside. Going up and laying that one in is going to be Morey. Lead is now 30. 18 for Morey. Check it. I should recheck those numbers, by the way. The Jackets so far in this half, now 5 for 20. There's Johnson now putting on the deck, and she travels. Came down low, shuffled her feet in the painted area. She was met by 2 Vikings defensively. 5:25 now left in this one. Kylie Loomis is going to check in for the first time, and it looks like at least Riley Wolt's going to start emptying his bench a bit here. And those shooting numbers I gave are between the second and third quarters. So far, the Vikings. Chose is back in, by the way. Vikings at 46.8% now for the game. Jarzemski comes back in. She'll check out Kesty. Probably won't see her again for the rest of the game. Loomis triggering it in now out on top. Here's Brennan. That's coming right side now. Jack is able to create a turnover, then they give it right back. Schaefer trying to go down low with the pass for Claude. That one picked off by Brennan. Brennan to the outside. It's a three-point shot up. That one's short. Elena Vondracek, by the way, is in for the first time. She took that 3 for the Vikings. That was missed, but Brennan now comes out of there with the rebound. Pass comes right side now. Vondracek again. And now spinning is Jarzemski, but she'll be called as she went into the lane on a push-off against Mackenzie Lesha. That'll be her second. Griffiths comes back into the ball game. She'll take out Kylie Heller. Schaefer into the front court now. Shoveling a pass now. Johnson out on top. She'll swing it for Latvala. Puts it on the deck. Latvala. Bounce pass now opposite side. Going up and laying it in is going to be Johnson. Nicely done again by Kira Latvala. She's had a nice game. Couple of assists. 9 points for her to lead the Yellow Jackets offensively. Quickly back to the direction. 3-point shot by Vondracek. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound defensively for Lesha. Now Schaefer on the baseline. She'll flip up a shot, and she'll get it to go down for 2. 67-41 now. Schaefer with 6. Griffiths going right side. Shot was up. No good. Foul called on the Yellow Jackets. Called on Schaefer. It'll send Vondracek to the free throw line here. Lesha's going to check out. Schaefer also out, and the Jackets going to wave the white flag here a bit. Kara Olsen in for the first time as the free throw from Vondracek is good. Also in for the first time for the Jackets, Addison Allard, a freshman from Otsego, Minnesota. Second free throw from Vondracek, no good. Rebound tracked down the corner by Jarzemski. Chose, now kicks it outside. Vondracek will fire from 3. That's no good. Another offensive rebound for Chose. Lost the handle it. Now it's kicked out of play. And it'll be Lawrence basketball here with 3:27 remaining. .16 seconds to shoot. Loomis will inbound here. Jarzemski now off the inbound, top of the key. Trying to lob it down low. Johnson off the intercept. Now Kylie Johnson for the Yellow Jackets in transition. Her pass out on top. That's picked off by Loomis. Coming in one-on-one with Latvala. Euro step goes up, lays it up. Off the back rim, no good. Spun it out on the scoop shot attempt, but draws the foul, and now she'll go to the free throw line with 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. First free throw from Loomis is good. .69-41. Second free throw. Spins out, no good. Rebound for Johnson. Claude in the front court now going left side. Latvala. Allard now on the right wing. Now Kara Olsen, top of the key. Bounce pass on the elbow now for Abby Johnson. Back for Allard. Now she loses the handle. Another turnover on the Jackets, and a foul going to be called here on Allard.
Foul number 13, Allard. First personal team, 5th. Lawrence now to Lewis. In Lawrence.
Vikings also going to bring in some new players. Adriana Albanchek is going to check in for the first time. Also in Shelby Eaton here with 2:50 remaining as the first free throw is no good. Foul on Allard was her first. 15 foul on the Jackets. Second free throw is up and good, however. It's now a 30-point game. In the front court now, here's Allard on the right side. Out on top now, Colleen Claude. Right elbow, Abby Johnson. Kara Olsen now, top of the key. Back now for Latvala. 8 seconds to shoot. Now Allard. And a foul going to be called here on Vondracek. Adriana Albajanik, by the way, who's in now for Lawrence, a native of Montenegro. It's an interesting story there as Latvala on the baseline misses the runner off the glass, no good. Outside now Sydney Crawford in. Her three-point shot, no good. Offensive rebound grab by Latvala. She flings it over the rim, no good as well. Ball on the deck. Everybody's fighting for it. And the Vikings come out there with the basketball in the form of Vondracek. Now left side, Bailey Griffiths. Under 2 minutes now left in this one. Jackets will have a couple of days to lick their wounds before they start planning for North Central on Wednesday. Now pass comes in the middle now. Albajanic had it momentarily, then a shot taken by Eaton was short, and now we're going to have a substitution timeout here as Chesney Phelps going to come in for the Yellow Jackets. As is Dakota Soltis here with 1:40 remaining. Jackets record after today is going to be 3-10. Vikings, meanwhile, will improve to 10-2 on the season. Soltis into the front court now, going right side. Bounce pass now for Phillips. She couldn't handle it. Now it's on the deck, and we're going to have a jump ball as it's tied up. Eaton and Phillip going to the deck for that one. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets here. Allard will inbound now left baseline. Kara Olsen, Phillip. And I don't know what the call is here. Trying to figure out the clock, maybe. Now they're going to add 2 seconds. .131 now left, fourth quarter. Allard will inbound it. Soltis. Right side now, Allard. Crawford. Jackets working the perimeter. Now Kara Olsen stepping to the right side. Completely out of control and will be called for the offensive foul. Bailey Griffiths coming over to take the charge against the Yellow Jackets. That'll be the 20th turnover of the game for UWS. In the front court now. Albajanic getting tied up as the pass came to her right baseline, and it will stay Lawrence basketball here, I think. 1:09 now left. Again, our post-game show is sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery coming up in just over a minute as the pass comes in from the baseline on the deck. Now we're going to have a 30-second timeout called here to try to settle things down here, it looks like. Riley Wolt using another timeout here with 1:05 remaining. Jackets' upcoming schedule, by the way, as we mentioned. And we'll go over this again in the post game, as far as the broadcast schedule for that matter. Tuesday, the Yellow Jacket women's hockey will be at home against Concordia Moorhead. That'll be a 4 p.m. opening face-off down at Westman Arena. 3:45 the pregame with John Garver on the play-by-play duties for that one. That'll be a broadcast on the audio stream of 91.3 FM. KUWS only, and also on Yellow Jacket TV. Then men's hockey, as another foul going to be called on Soltis here. Yellow Jacket men taking on Beloit, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, the following day. 6:30 the pregame, 7 p.m. the opening faceoff. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Then this coming Friday, women's hockey taking on Bethel. That'll be Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only, 7 p.m. the opening face-off. 6:45 the pregame on Yellow Jacket TV. Then that same Friday, the 9th, men's hockey will be back on the radio for a radio broadcast only taking on Concordia Moorhead. 7 p.m. the opening face-off. 6:30 the pregame with John Garber. And now a three-point shot by Crawford off of 2 free throw misses by the Vikings down the other side of the court. And a foul going to be called on the Vikings on the attempt by Crawford in the corner. And Sidney Crawford's first free throw is good. 70-42 now your score with 47.7 seconds left. And then on Saturday, next Saturday, we'll have a triple header. Both basketball games Also, men's hockey will be on 91.3 FM, and those two basketball games with Bethany Lutheran will also be on Yellow Jacket TV. As Crawford knocks down the second free throw, she's got one more coming, and then that third one is up and good. So she goes 3 for 3 from the stripe off the bench here. 70-44 your score. Vikings into the front court. Eaton. Pass going left side. Out of play. Turnover on Lawrence. 36.1 seconds now left in this one. And Kara Olsen now triggering in here for Dakota Soltis, who comes into the front court. Soltis now back for Kara Olsen. Stepping through now, Soltis goes up with the shot off the glass, no good. Chesney Phillip with the rebound, foul called. A lot of whistles in this game here. 36 now of them, in fact, on the foul side of things. Jackets have 21. Riot's already fouled out. Carlson has 4. As Chesney Phillips' first free throw is no good. .8 seconds left as Phillip missed the first, makes the second. 70-45 now your score. 25-point lead here for Lawrence. Shot clock is off, and I would expect that they're probably going to dribble this out here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Bailey Griffiths is just going to dribble this out. 2 seconds, 1 second. Buzzer sounds, and this one is in the books. Your final score, Lawrence 70, Yellow Jackets 45. We'll take a quick break and come back with our postgame sponsored by Synovus Energy in the Superior Refinery. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Mertz as we jump into our post game, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. Tough ball game for the Jackets here today. No really other way to say it. They ran into a very, very good team from Lawrence. This is an impressive outfit that Riley Wolt has in his 8th season. They're going to be a team that wins a lot of games. I'd be actually surprised if they don't win the Midwest Conference and end up going to the NCAA tournament this year. They'll have that look about them. Very efficient squad. Yellow Jackets just didn't have enough to keep up with them here today. Your score by quarters, we jump into our post-game recap and post-game summary here. Lawrence outscoring the Yellow Jackets 13-11 in the first quarter, 24-15 in the second. And they led it by the score of 37-26 at the half. But then the third quarter really was where the Vikings put the hammer down on the Yellow Jackets. They outscore UWS 22-8 in the frame. Along the way, by the way, in that third quarter, the Vikings 9 for 15 from the field. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, in that third quarter, 4 out of 15, and that kind of told the story. And they led it by 25 heading to the fourth quarter, and that's where we end up as far as the final margin of victory. Your score, Lawrence 70, Yellow Jackets 45. Team numbers in this one. Lawrence as a team in the ball game, 22 out of 51, good for 43.1%. The Yellow Jackets 17 out of 57 at 29.8. Lawrence was 8 out of 23 from beyond the arc. The Jackets 3 for 20. Vikings also plus 10 from the free throw line, 18 out of 28 from the stripe. The Jackets 8 out of 13. UWS plus 7 in rebounding, 38-31. They had 13 offensive rebounds as well, so the Jackets did a good job there. But could not find the bottom of the net enough times to keep up with the Vikings in this one. 12 assists, by the way, for the Yellow Jackets against 20 turnovers, 17 assists against 14 turnovers for the Vikings in the final numbers there. Meanwhile, individually in the ball game here today, UWS didn't have anybody score in double figures. Kira Latvala was the leading scorer for the Jackets. She had 9 points in the ball game. 2 for 8 shooting for her. She was 3 for 6 from the stripe. Had a couple of threes in the game as well. 8 points for Charlotte Firstel. 5 points each for Mackenzie Lesha and Maddie Riad. 6 points for Megan Schaefer. 4 points for Hope Carlson. 3 for Sydney Crawford on 3 free throw makes. 2 points for Abby Johnson. 1 for Chesney Phillip as well. And 2 points for Elsa Olsen, who was 1 for 8 from the field as well for UWS. Meanwhile, Lawrence, 2 players with 18 points each, and Kate Adams and Sophie Morey, 14 points for Charlotte Brennan in the ball game, and 6 points for Josie Eager in the ball game. So they're a very balanced team. They got points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different players. The Jackets got points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players as well. So a total of 21 players scored in the ball game. So both teams able to get multiple players on the score sheet in this one. Nevertheless, not enough for the Yellow Jackets here as they drop it by the final tally of 70-45. With the loss, the Yellow Jackets now at 3-10 overall. Lawrence with the win, now at 10-2 overall in the season. Up next for the Yellow Jackets, they'll open up conference play this coming Wednesday, January 7th at North Central. That'll be a 5:30 p.m. opening tip against the Rams down at Clark Danielson Gym in downtown Minneapolis. They'll next be at home on Saturday, January 10th versus Bethany Lutheran. 3 p.m. the opening tip against the Vikings, 2:45 pregame. That'll be game one of a doubleheader, actually a tripleheader of Yellow Jacket Sports on that day. And it'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS locally here, and also on Yellow Jacket TV, yours truly making you all the play-by-play. Meanwhile, our next radio sports broadcast on 91.3 will come up this coming Tuesday, although that'll be an audio stream only broadcast on 91.3 FM. And also on Yellow Jacket TV, that'll be women's hockey taking on Concordia Moorhead for the third time this season. 4 p.m. in the opening faceoff from Westman Arena, 3:45 the pregame with John Garver, and there's a good chance I'll be there with him as well. So if you have a chance, tune in for that one. Meanwhile, our next full radio sports broadcast will come up on Wednesday, January 7th. That'll be another joint broadcast. Men's hockey kicking off the 2026 calendar year for the first time since they played their last game of the first half of the season, taking on Beloit for the third straight time. 7 p.m. the opening face-off there, 6:30 the pregame as the Yellow Jackets take on the Buccaneers at Westman Arena. John Garver will be along with the full play-by-play and pregame for that one. 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV, the joint broadcast on that one. So that's what's coming up here this coming week with Yellow Jacket Sports. A big thank you to everybody who listened. Also a big thank you to Chris Allen, my engineer back at the studio at 91.3, and Evan Ludwig, my producer with Yellow Jacket TV. We hope everybody that listened or watched enjoyed the broadcast. We hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket Sports as the 2026 calendar year is upon us. So for Chris Beck at 91.3 FM and for Evan Ludwig at Yellow Jacket TV and our entire broadcast crews at both spots, this is Matt Johnson one more time repeating the final score. Yellow Jackets falling in non-conference action here today. Final score from the Mertz. Lawrence defeats the Yellow Jackets. Final score, Vikings 70, Yellow Jackets 45. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. And we'll be talking to you again this coming week. This has been UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAX.